Haunted royals, vampire myths, paranormal past. Uncover dark history story every week with us where legend meets truth. Welcome to Phantom Chronicles. Hollywood's vampire lies debunked. What movies get wrong. You know the type, elegant, caped with a mesmerizing glance. That's the vampire Hollywood has been selling us for ages. But what if all those velvet capes and tragic romances are just a pop cover of a gritty ancient folk song? What if the original stories, whispered in terrified villages, paint a picture that's way more grotesque and disturbing than anything you've seen on screen? Get ready, because we're about to sink our teeth into the truth. Hollywood veneer versus folkloric frights. When most of us hear vampire, we picture the suave, aristocratic type. Thanks to a century of movies and Bram Stoker's Dracula. They're charming, live in castles, and have neat weaknesses like garlic and sunlight. But that's a polished-up version of something much uglier. The real horror has deep roots in Eastern European folklore, with terms like upir appearing as early as 1047. These weren't tales of charming counts. They were horror stories born from a raw fear of death and disease, created to explain dangers people couldn't yet see. First lie debunked. The look of a killer. First big lie. The vampire makeover. Hollywood gives us drop-dead gorgeous creatures, but if you met a folkloric vampire, you wouldn't be swooning. Forget tailored tuxedos. They were described as bloated, discolored corpses in burial shrouds, gorged on blood. Their skin was purplish and rotting. Their nails and hair only appeared to grow as their skin retracted after death. The rat-like monster in the film Nosferatu was actually much closer to the grotesque, disease-ridden figures of original folklore. Powers and predations, not so suave after all. Hollywood vampires have an arsenal of cool powers, hypnotism, super strength, and master plans. The folkloric vampire was more like a chaotic animal. It didn't have grand schemes. It was driven by impulse, usually starting by tormenting its own family. And it wasn't always about blood. The Chinese jiangshi is a reanimated corpse that hops and feeds on life force, or qi. And the Malaysian penanggalan is a terrifying, detached female head, with its entrails dangling below, flying around in search of victims. Warding off evil, more than just garlic. When fighting vampires, Hollywood gives us a standard kit: garlic, a cross, and a wooden stake. But in folklore, stopping them was a gorier, more specific ordeal. Staking was common, but the type of wood mattered, like ash or hawthorn, and you might stake them through the mouth or stomach, not just the heart. Other methods included decapitation and burning. In some places, they'd scatter poppy seeds on a grave, believing the vampire's obsessive need to count them would keep it busy until sunrise. We've barely scratched the surface. What other movie monsters got a misleading Hollywood makeover? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're liking this journey into the shadowy side of folklore, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Why the makeover and why we still love it? So, why did Hollywood choose the suave romantic over the bloated corpse? Simple: marketability. A handsome tragic villain is a more complex character, allowing for themes of seduction and forbidden love. A monster that's both scary and attractive taps into deep-seated desires and fears, making it easier to sell. And maybe that's why we still love them. The vampire has become a cultural blank canvas. Whatever a society is anxious about, disease, sexuality, class, we can paint that fear right onto the vampire, reinventing it for our times. So from the rotting ghouls of Eastern Europe to the flying heads of Malaysia, the real vampire is worlds away from what we see on screen. Hollywood's version is a theme park ride, thrilling and accessible, but it can't capture the raw, unpredictable danger of the real thing. The original stories, born from a deep global fear, are more bizarre and, frankly, more fascinating. They're a powerful reminder that sometimes the oldest tales hit the hardest, and the truth can be a heck of a lot scarier than any movie. What folkloric creature, totally mangled by the movies, should we debunk next? Werewolves? Zombies? Toss your ideas in the comments, and who knows, maybe we'll tackle your monster in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching, and don't let the bedbugs Or, anything else. Bite. You've just walked through shadows where history becomes legend. From haunted halls, unsolved cases to vampire myths, from fallen queens to cursed kings. The story never truly ends. This is Phantom Chronicles, where the past still speaks. Until next time, keep your lantern lit.